Since 1968, Mackie Motors has been the place to find new and certified used vehicles. Along with a knowledgeable and helpful sales staff, you, the customer, are their number one priority. Find new roads at Mackie Motors in Lake City. Mackie Motors post-game show continuing here on 93.7 Carroll. Macy Simons, Frannie Glynn set to join us. We're going to start off with Macy. Macy, congratulations. I thought a great job out of your rotation there, especially through those first two sets and through the rest of the match. But got your rotation kind of jumped you girls up 11-3 there in that first set. What was working so well?
Usually when we're down or whatever, I try to go in the huddle and try to motivate my hitters and be like, who wants the ball and who's gonna get a point. So I try to my best as a setter to be talkative on the court and try to get my hitters and my pass row motivated.
Who was telling you wanted the ball?
Frannie and Casey usually. They tell me that they want to get the ball down.
How were you setting those two tonight? What were you looking for? What were they wanting against the defense of Glenwood?
Frannie, usually, me and Frannie our connection's growing pretty well this year. Obviously, I'm a new setter, but me and Frannie usually want to run or ones during the middle, and I think that works pretty well because the fastball and it gets the offense off. And Casey, I usually run a 9, or when she's outside, I run usually a 4 or 5, and that works best with them.
Casey was really hot early on. You kept going to her, which
Yes,
was a wise decision. Talk about what that's like, because your other hitters want it, but when you got a player swinging like she was, you got to keep feeding her, right?
When I have a hitter that's on, I want to obviously be successful for them, so I try to feed them a ball as much as I can and try to move the ball too.
How'd you see their block working tonight? What were you hearing from the back row? What were you seeing out of the block?
I thought their block middle was pretty good mostly, and their outside, so I try to keep the ball away from there.
So I got to ask, getting a chance to play with your sister, she's just a freshman. So what's it like to be out on the floor with your freshman? What are those conversations like on the floor? We won't ask about at home.
I love playing with Kayla. She excites me. I love playing. This is my final year as a senior, and I like playing with Kayla. It's exciting to make the memories with her.
So what changed? Down 2-0, what changed for this team?
After the second set, we were down. Coaches took us in the locker room and tried motivating us, which I think we really needed, and it kind of fired us up, and we performed well after those.
Tell you what, great job out here tonight. Appreciate you joining us. Great job on the interview. First one, I think, right?
Yeah, thank you.
Macy Simons joining us. We'll get her to slide the headphones over here and the microphone over to Frannie. And Frannie now going to join us. And Frannie, congratulations. You always play with such energy. And I thought your energy really kind of got this team fired up early on here tonight.
Yeah, it was fun. I like being the energy on the team, just motivating everybody, pushing them around, just to build their confidence and make them more confident in themselves on the floor, especially freshmen and sophomores who are playing with us this year. It really helps to know that they are a part of our team.
Now,
and they have confidence.
You knew they had a big block in the middle. That's kind of where their big blockers have been at all season. How did you try to work against them? What was successful early, and then how did you adjust once they maybe started to adjust to you?
Just kind of if I didn't get set, just reading where their block was, or just tipping the deep corner really works, and cutting too. Don't go to the same side each time.
There was one, and you probably don't remember it. I think it was somewhere in set 3 where you went up and they were blocking if you were going to go back right, and you thumbed up on that one and took it over to the back left corner. How were you reading the block? What were you hearing from your back row about the block?
Well, I know that the block, I could see them right in front of me, so I was like, well, I've gone to the right the last 2 times, so I might as well try the left and hopefully it works.
How did you feel like you guys were able to block against them tonight? I thought early and maybe struggled a little bit and then kind of got going maybe midway through set 3.
Yeah, I feel like our block was very strong in set 1, and then it kind of died off. Didn't get as many touches, so I think that kind of killed our back row as well. So I think we definitely need to work on that going into Thursday and through the rest of the season.
Now, I know you like running those quicks, but I got the sense a couple of times tonight you kind of looked at Macy. You want them a little bit higher because you've got that good up. So what's that communication like with your setters out there?
I just tell them what I want. If it was low the first time, I'll tell them the second time, get me up higher.
How do you feel like this team? What was the difference for you, do you think, with this team coming back for the win here tonight? What's it mean for this team to get this win?
I think it's very important that we got this win tonight. I mean, we're 2 games away from a conference championship, and that's our goal. So I think that was very important. And I think after that second set when we lost, that coaches brought us in the locker room and lit a fire under our butt and said, you need to go. And so we did. We took care of business.
Lewis Central coming up on Thursday night. What do you got to do? That's kind of the pseudo-conference championship match right now, both of you guys undefeated.
I think we just need to play our game like we did those last 3 sets, and especially get more touchdown blocks and just communicate better on the floor. I felt like we were kind of quiet during some of those sets tonight, so just work on that.
Well, I tell you what, great job as always. So much appreciate you joining us here. Best of luck coming up on Thursday night.
Thank you.
You bet. Frannie Glynn joining us here in the